Okay, Adi, I got started here, and finalizing May rewards. So I said the sheet is being protected. Now, how did this get way up here? Somebody's been in here. They wanted to read the whole address, I guess. But that was actually transaction. I don't know what it is. So I protected all these cells so that nobody would need to modify them at this point. So this is final. And we just have to go ahead and tell Punch Modern to go ahead and make payments. You might want to look it over quickly and see if there's anything wrong with it. The other thing we need to do is copy the sheet. Sheet. Okay, and rename it to be June. What? June 19th, March 19th. Why does it say March 19th? Oh, it's 2019, of course. And I'll put the June 1st. They can leave it. Yeah, I'll put the June 1st. And in the June sheet, I'll take all these numbers in here and then blank them out. Delete. Okay, so we're all set for the next month's rewards.
Sweet.
Okay, and then we had first we had Josh's rholang this morning. Trying to get all of the videos and stuff in here, and hopefully get people to take notes.
Yeah.
Because you know, Jossie and Dan's sessions are the two best sessions we have. Seems like if we get a good coach, things go well. If it's me, well, that's another story. No, it seems like people get stuff out of, you know, in the beginning people will say the sessions with me are the best, and they really enjoy coming for a while, and then they all of a sudden disappear. I guess I repeat myself. So we'll bring over Robot, and I guess before we do that, we have Community.rho. That's what we're working on. Before we do that, let's look at what is this? Post nuggets from today. Oh, cool. It's from this morning. I could copy those into the blog. It's probably going to link to them in the log. That might be a good idea. Put links into Discord in the log, or Discord stuff related to the thing, because you're never going to find them going back to the Discord channel. But we left off in robot testing, and things are right where we left off. Wait. Okay, so, and this is apparently a bug that's resurfaced. When I run stuff in the background, the output's coming to a channel. So this is one time I defined. We had a problem where it wasn't executing the community contract. And when I looked at what's in, when I looked for the URI of the community contract, I saw it had this garbage in it. This was just after you left on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
These are the capabilities. Okay, it's not the the address of the URI. Here the first thing here, I do an insert arbitrary and standard out to define the URI. Okay. And the problem is why then I create I create the community contract, and then I in the test part I create a new one, and then I have a return here. Okay, and that returns a set of capabilities, which is what I got for the URI here.
Right.
And the reason that happened was I used the channel RET here. RET.
Oh, yeah.
RET here, RET there. And then way down here, when I start my test program here, I create two communities, both having a ret channel, using the same ret channel. And because these are all run in par.
Yeah, one was answering the other's red.
It was likely that one of these would beat the insert arbitrary. And then, and that's one of the dangers of reusing these things. You have to be careful. When you're going in nested and you're always reading it, you can use the same channel. I mean, the ret here. The ret here is safe. No. Not safe. Oh, yes, it is. I make a new ret here. Not the same ret.
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay. So, when you're going in here in the logic, using the channel, it's clear that which ones must be empty. There's nothing in par here that could possibly have a conflict, but it can screw you up. Like it did this. I didn't make a new ret down there, and so I've been getting in the habit of using ret until I can't. And if I need a second channel, I'll call it ret 1 or ret 2.
Yeah.
And I keep
to avoid conflicts.
I keep reusing the same names. Because, most of the time you create a channel like you are right, Chen, and then you read it, and then you never use that name again. Okay, so it's a little bit inefficient. But as soon as I get to the outside of it, when I have something in par with it and uses the same name, then I'm in trouble, or it could be. Okay, so what happened? Well, I tried fixing that, and I ran, and I got the garbage again. I didn't fix it. Then I ran it again, and this time I got the row ID instead of this garbage, instead of the list of capabilities. Okay, so that was fixed. But then when I look at okay, last time we fixed the request, we thought, to be set in the info channel of the community, but I'm getting nil. So that's the bug that we have to find today. So so we're creating the community. We make a directory, okay, and we get read, write, and grant permissions for the directory, for the community. And we put into the community map, we do a union, which adds this entry to the community map. So the name, just has the name and the info channel. Probably makes sense for us to put more information in there. I think we should be putting the inbox in here.
And which lines are it? I'm trying to figure out which one's Yakuza. The name.
That's line 24. We're putting in the name. What I'm suggesting is in the community map,
yeah,
we're not putting in the inbox. And I think we should. I don't know if that's where we're trying to read it from or not, but it would seem to make sense that if somebody wants to join a community, they probably want to get the info channel anyway, the information.
Yeah.
Know that we, but then as part of that information, okay, in the info channel, we put the name and we put the request. And there's and So how could that be null? Did I spell request right? Inbox. So we pass an inbox to the contract when we create a new community. And this is where we send requests to join the community. And we put that into the info channel. Okay. Then down here, we look up the channel. I see, look up. So let's look up. So we read the com map. We write the com map back to the channel and we return the map. Oh, that's looking up all communities. If I do when I look up a community name, okay, this has, you know, because this has 3 arguments, it has a different definition from 2 arguments. Look up. If I don't give it a name, it gives me all communities.
All right.
I just overloaded it, and I had to do that to give flexibility. Okay, and so I look up the channel, I get the info channel, and I return the info. So I got the info, I return the info. Okay, we determined that I'm writing no. I'm writing for the info channel, the name and the request. But clearly, we see the name, but the request is nil. No. Okay, the test script creates 2 communities, and each one, what does it give for the mailbox? Nil. That's the problem. Interesting.
I feel like I remember you writing that in there for some reason, but I can't remember why.
Well, yeah, it would have been nice if I remembered that I did that. I did that because this isn't testing
Oh, okay.
the inbox here. There's no request yet here for membership, so I didn't.
Yeah.
And we should have a request for membership, and we should go through the use cases and test them all in the test part, but we didn't do that yet. That's homework or something. So that's good news.
Sweet.
Okay, so this seems to be working. In robot testing, I'm going to find the quote. And here we go. This is our most recent code for creating a community. And I think maybe, well, this has a syntax here.
Yeah.
But it's the last try. So you look up ret one in, look up bang. Oh, I know you got the error.
Oh, okay.
The URI for community was that the set of capabilities.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I was sticking a whole map in there,
Yeah.
and that's not a URI. So it gave me
True.
a URI has back quotes around it,
Yeah.
It doesn't look at all like a URI. Okay, so this might actually work now.
So what did you change?
I fixed the problem so that we got the URI. Instead of defining community as this admin grant bundle,
Yeah.
I defined
Oh, right.
URI. So now, so I didn't fix anything here. But the value of the community now is good. It's a URI. It's not a map of capabilities. It's what it's supposed to be. Is that clear?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
They sense some hesitation.
I think I probably need to be more familiar with the contract to completely understand it. Because I was just thinking, is there a way from looking at that to identify what requires a URI and what requires well, just a definition, but I'm guessing it's more in the actual contracts themselves.
Yeah, I mean, we're sending a lookup to it
Yeah.
with uh, no, URI is a power box function. It reaches out of the rholang environment. It has these well, we can't see the backquotes here, but the backquotes in Discord make it bold, or they make it fixed font.
Oh, okay, right.
So this actually has backquotes around it. So it's not a string. The string has regular quotes. It's not a number. It's not a symbol.
Yeah.
So now, lookup is sort of a built-in function. But if it was a contract that we wrote in rholang, it would have specified that the first argument, was bound to some name, and it was a URI, which I'm not sure how you say that, but it's probably URI. Okay.
Right.
So, but in that case, it wouldn't even call the contract unless you had a URI. Here, it actually called the contract, but the compiler somehow knew that you wanted an URI. That's an interesting question. I see you're having a problem. We got an actual syntax error at 21, E21. And so we put in, we stuck in this whole string. Well, where do I do the, echo dollar community. Oh, this formatted it. But this syntax looks okay to me. It's possible it doesn't like this space, which would be unfortunate.
Ah. How would the space affect it, though?
I'm sorry?
How would the space affect it?
Well, if it's expecting a string followed by a colon character,
Oh, yeah.
it could get a syntax error if it doesn't find that. Now, that has a colon there because that's the way it was output. It must have been, I think. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I guess there's space there. A little one. I was wondering if the formatter could put that there. I think in the log, I put the actual log from the rnode log.
Yeah, there's definitely a space between it.
I don't know how, I mean, it would be crazy if that's the way it puts it, and it's not supposed to be there. In any case, we fixed when we fixed the value of community contract, it got rid of the syntax error. Oh, no. If we put a map in here, the valid community is a map, and we put a map in there with valid syntax, that's
Yeah.
we can send that to the name symbol lookup. So it is a mystery why we got the syntax error. In any case, we were able to fix it. The other thing we could do, and it's a little bit late, I could have done an echo of this to see exactly what was put in. And we can check to see okay, I don't believe this was the last thing I did, but it was. Okay, so now we can look exactly at what, oh, error it got. Okay, and the error it got at line at chapter 22 is
Okay.
that I put, as I shorten these unforgeable names when you print them out. Okay, because you'll notice that when Robot prints them out, they have these brackets around them. Whereas in the log, they're this whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, really, the only information you need is what are the first few digits of this. That uniquely identifies it.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the purposes of making the output reasonable, I just give you the first few digits, and I just choose the angle brackets to denote them. I don't know if you were there the day I did that.
I don't think I was.
But, okay, so yeah, so this syntax is bad. That's why we got the error, and that's because I put in the the simplified form of the unforgeable name. You can't use it again anyway.
Yeah.
So having the having a define of the actual unforgeable name wouldn't give you any value. You're not going to be able to use that again.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what happens now. Do I want to put any test programming here? I could do a community bang quote bang parentheses So look up Colab standard out. And I do have a standard out. No, I don't. All right. Whoops. I forgot
Correct.
a comma. Standard out, comma. Okay. Okay, we got the request. We sent the message. Okay, I can do a peek. And quote. Community. Quote. SDOT. And I did in fact get the message.
Hey.
Okay. So what do we want to test next? Add a right. Is there an add member? You have an add to directory. Name, key, value, return. We have an add member, community user. That's what we want. Let's show add member. Wow. So it peeks at community, the name of the community, and gets a return back. So this gives me my capabilities in the return channel. Okay, and I look at the inbox of the user.
What was that? You look at the inbox in use, you said?
I look up the inbox of the user.
Oh, and user, right.
Okay, so we pass it to community, and we pass it to user, and then so we need to do two things. One is get the capabilities for the community. The other is look up the inbox for the user we're in. Okay, and then we read everything in. So we get all our permissions from the RET channel. And we get the inbox from the box channel. Okay. And we call the right user. So we put the user's box in the directory. We write the user's box to the directory. Well, I have a feeling we wanted to keep more information on the user than that. I have a feeling we wanted to store a map for each user. You know, like have the user's name and stuff in there. So so this is, in that sense, this is a little bit out of date. Okay, so I'm gonna stick this back in there, but instead of just writing the box to the directory, I'm going to store a map. I'm going to put in username. And what's the username? The username is $user. And the inbox is box. Okay, so that's all the information we have on the user. Right? I can't put anything else in there now.
Yeah.
The user will get a grant permission in order to be able to update their own entry in the community. Okay, and then I send them a read permission and a self-mod position, which self-mod is a grant for the user in the directory. Okay, this may not be the right way to do this at all. Let's look back at our community contract. Okay, basically this is the second generation of these scripts to make sure they work the way they're supposed to. So we have a look up here. We have a request method. We have an admin method, which is add user. So the proper way to add a user, the only proper way to add a user is with this method right here. And it should probably so we need to update the script.
Yeah.
Okay, to call the admin. The admin and the admin is function is add user. And we give the user an return channel, right? Username inbox. Okay, and I no longer need to update the directory because that's handled by the add user. And I no longer need to what did I do? I lost my grant. How did I lose the grant? Oh, I see. Got the grant. Still need to do the grant.
So what's it supposed to say for grant? It's supposed to say grant again.
Yeah, the grant is getting a self-modification permission for the user.
So how do you know if you've received it?
Well, I'm reading it here.
Ah, okay, right.
Okay, do you want to look at it? Grant is not found. Oh, it's in directory. Okay, you pass it a key and return the grant permission, which is one's created for every directory. you return the self-modification and makes a new write key. Okay, which writes is the actual self-modification permission. It's a permission to modify one key in the directory having this value, which is the value that is okay, which is the value that you want to, the new value that you want to put in. Okay, and that does a write to the directory of the key, which is the key associated with the grant, of the value association of given when using the grant. So you get the right key, so you can modify your own entry. Well, you don't get to say what key it modifies. That was set when the grant was created by the admin. Did I lose you?
Sorry, I'm just reading through it. Oh, yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Okay, so then I send to the user member capabilities for the community, and they get to read the directory, and they get to modify their own entry, self-mod. So they get back those, so they get those two capabilities in their inbox. So I mean, this shows really. I mean, if you do an echo of this, you'll get a very long program because the peak is a lot of code, and that's how we get our capabilities out. Okay, so I did a peek on the community to get the admin permissions. The member will get a member's Colab in order to get their read and self-mod permissions out. Okay, so let's define this, and we'll give it a shot. Add member colon Colab aviation. Was it dash hacker?
Underscore.
Underscore. It's always better.
Underscore. Is it still underscore? Yeah, there's underscore.
Okay, and there's no return channel. So that's it.
Operator.
That's not good.
No, that's not ideal.
What do I mean plus plus is not defined on string? Of course, plus plus is what's used on string.
What?
That
That's
worked.
weird. Oh, wait, maybe.
Concatenation.
But look at the symbol, right? So it said error operator, and it put a symbol in. Whereas when you printed it, it didn't. So I wonder if there's something else next to the pluses that's giving it the error.
What are you talking about?
Well, the one you just did, and that one.
When I use
Yeah. See how yours is
plus plus are concatenating the string hello and the string world.
Yeah, but look in the error.
There's no
Plus,
error.
no, I'm further up. The one that robot threw, it's got that symbol plus plus as opposed to just printed plus plus.
What do you mean the symbol plus plus? You mean because it's got a dark background?
Yeah, or is that just quotes?
I think it's in. It may be in single quotes. I don't know.
It's in double quotes, I think.
Double quotes, I think it shows.
I don't know. I sort of highlighted and right clicked, and then it says search Google for double quotes plus plus double quotes.
Huh? What did you do?
So I just highlighted it and then right clicked. Just the plus plus.
Oh.
And then it shows you what it is in that search Google line. So
yeah. And if you do that on an operator, it shows you that in quotes.
yeah, all right. That's really weird that it changed though.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it what symbol it had around this. It may have been was it angle brackets? No. Oh well. I have to look up the guy to see what. But yeah, it does this because it's got some quotes around. Oh, if we look in the log, we'll see it.
Oh, that would help.
All right, this is the not this log. VM2 log robot. Oh, it's too far back in the log. So just VI the log. And going again. Here's the errors. It's backticks. It's what causes that.
Ah.
But oh. So what happened? Let's take a look at this. Let me move this log over here in case we need it again. And look here. Do a peak. Standard out. The peak colon standard out star. Peak space.
Standard out star or star standard out?
Star standard out. I'm dyslexic. You got nothing in your inbox.
Yeah.
So it's obviously didn't work. What's this sent though? What did it send? Message, member, Colab, a read capability, and a self-modification capability. It looks like it worked fine. I got a deployment cost, which sort of means it finished. But it obviously didn't do what it said it was going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it says it sent it, and yet we don't see it. It's not there. Definitely not in your inbox. And how can we get an error after it's all done? Index out of bound. Is there anything else in the log that can give us a clue? Define blocker nonce aviation hacker. Wait a second. Oh, that's from your peak.
That's from my peak, yeah.
Okay, and this is the guy waiting to peak. Okay, so so we did the end user aviation hacker. We looked up his mailbox. And then you write member Colab to his Colab. And that's where we get the sent. Well,
Yeah.
so where is the error? Didn't I see the error here before?
Which year are we looking for? The
Oh, we saw it in the actual log.
the operator plus plus is not defined.
Yeah. That didn't come to the the robot didn't pick that up.
I thought I saw it. So there's that error there, the plus plus here.
Right. But those errors I don't print out.
Oh, okay.
Now the error where it says error, I thought I would print those out, but apparently I missed that.
I thought you scrolled past possibly in the other window.
You know. Hmm?
Are you saying that it doesn't print out in the one that the white? Yeah.
Right. So robot should be a little bit smarter and it should print these errors probably. Okay, and we got an index. We got an index out of bounds. Okay, trying to think. And this is, you see it there. And we should also see it here.
Scroll up a little further.
We don't see it there. That's interesting. That message comes back from the client. I'm a little bit confused as to why we see this in robots log. And it doesn't, the robot doesn't print it out. The robot doesn't send it back to the channel. But this comes from the client. We're doing an R-node eval client. And the error is coming back from the client. Okay, in the R-node log itself on the server, we see no error. As far as we can tell here, it sent you the proper permissions. Not exactly. Not exactly. It stopped. It didn't go beyond. It didn't go beyond. We got the permissions and we got the capabilities here of the admin. But and I'm not exactly sure why they printed it out. But I have a feeling that I know what the problem is.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, this whole thing started with index out of bounds. Well, index out of bounds applies to a list, right?
Yeah.
So where do I access a list? Well, in the add user, I access a list. So if we look at where are we? If we look at add user, oh, I'm in directory again. Go to community contract, and we go to the add user method. We can see that the first thing it does is take a slice of the user list. Well, what is in the user list? Oh, an empty list. Right?
Hmm.
Where's the user list? Here. We put in an empty list.
Right.
So it's initialized as an empty list. What happens when I take a slice of an empty list and I try to get the first element in the list? Well, the first element of the list is really 0.
Ah, okay, right.
So I actually have an error here, index out of range. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is so basically I need to fix this method, right? No way on that. And then I got to start over again and make a new community. Okay, so I'm going to open this here, and if list dot length
Uh,
0, then I want to write oops. Yeah, user list. I want to write to the list with just username in it. Oops. Else. Oops. This is the else. Else I want to do that. Else I want to. Okay, if there's nobody on the list, I just want to put the one username on the list.
Yeah. Do you need to have another closing parentheses next to user list and username?
Oh, you bet. Now, I guess for consistency, I should probably put this with the braces around this.
Right. And then also links is spelt wrong. Same line.
Okay. Okay. Give a row check. Error.
$44 to $46.
What?
30. I think it was at 35, 44 to 46.
Oh, yeah. Well, it doesn't like equal.
Should just make it equal. Yeah, we just only got one equals.
I was sure it was 2 equals. There's no equal either. List dot length.
Oh, wait.
I have to put like thickness of function. You know?
Yeah.
Nope.
Unless you're supposed to pass it a like a number within the bracket, curly or bracket, you know, the parentheses.
Try with the 2 equal signs again.
Oh yeah, 39 this time. That's progress.
We got through the parentheses. Like 39.
So why does 2 equals work there where 1 doesn't?
Well, that's the standard in any language. Equivalence, one equal sign is usually used for assignment.
Yeah.
Two equals is used for equality.
Right, yeah. And there's 3 as well, isn't there?
Yeah, there can be. It's like 2 equals means they have the same value. 3 equals means they're the same object.
Okay. 39.
I mean, 2 objects could have the same value, but not be the same object.
Do you need a parallel operator on the end there? See how you got the vertical bar. Do you need it? Because it's the closing of the brace. But equally, do we need one before the right? The next line down.
Yeah, we do. How can we put that there? Yeah, move down that vertical bar. And ran. And it's probably printed it out in the channel. It's not supposed to. No, it didn't. Didn't print the channel. I don't know why in some cases it prints in the channel.
Yeah.
You know, when it sees this string deployment cost, oops. When it sees this string, deployment cost,
Yeah.
it's supposed to turn off output to the channel. But then at random times, the output starts to the channel again. It doesn't.
All right.
Okay. In other words, before we got all this output in the channel, which was from running stuff from, you know, from the editor, from the editor in wherever it is here. But I'm not worried about that. Let's look at the output here. See if that's reason. Oh, the output here. And it's okay.
Yeah, looks pretty standard.
We got test 2 here. Oh, man. I thought we printed them both out before. But here we print out both are there. Looks okay. This is an empty.
Right.
An empty set here. Just make sure go. We make new test, here. And we print out the bottom. And it looks up test, and it looks up test 2. And it puts the output to standard out. Well, for some reason, we got the standard out here, the test 2 result. But we didn't get the result of the test. We didn't get any output here. Whoa, it's me. What does that mean? How could that happen? Okay, so I created two. I return the capabilities for both of them to the return channel. I read the capabilities of one of them. The other one I ignore. No, I don't use any of the capabilities. I just say got them. So this proves that I got back this format, and I got two things on the ret channel. And, so I think got them, that proves that I got the stuff. Created the two. Then I do a lookup of test, standard out, which I'm not getting the output of. And I do a lookup of test 2, the standard out, and I get that output. And then I do a lookup of the directory, what are all the communities, and I get that output down here. Test and test 2 in the directory community. Why is one missing? It's never been missing before. Like something else read the ret channel again. But nothing else could possibly.
We'll probably write something.
No, this is, we know it doesn't matter. We know that it completed both of these operations. Unless it was something else, something already in the ret channel. Okay, and if we look at what's in the scope here, we have a lookup contract, we have another lookup contract. We have a request contract.
Oh, I probably need to run.
Nothing else accesses the return channel. So it's impossible that there's something already written there.
Weird.
Quite bizarre. I'm going to ignore that for the moment. That we can, we have to consider that there could have been a problem. But we can go ahead and try again to first we want to we did this. We didn't make a new community function macro.
No, I don't think we did.
I guess we wanted to get it to work first.
Yeah. Oh, I need to shoot off, so I will see you next week.
Okay, just before you go, check to see if there's anything in your locker.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, I got it. I didn't do the add user. Add member.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Is it just peak?
calling dollar standard out.
Nil.
Damn, how could that happen? Did we get more errors that were?
I'm not too sure.
We found the one error, right?
Yeah.
Other ones were. And maybe, maybe we. Oh, and we lost the. We lost. That's.
Oh, we'll see you later.
Right.
All right. Catch you next week.
Yeah, I don't see any other errors here. So I'm going to try one more thing, and then we're called it a day. Quick. Oops. Add member to the Colab. Jim Scarver. I'll add myself since no one else is here. Now this time, neither time here did I get the message that was sent. Interesting. Oh, it's my locker notes is all screwed up somehow. How could that be? Okay, folks. Well, it's all for today. Later.